Welcome to 11 History's official YouTube channel. Let's start, shall we? Alabama has a rich and complex history that spans thousands of years, from its early indigenous civilizations to its role in major American events such as the Civil War and the Civil Rights Movement. Below is a detailed account of Alabama's journey. Early history and Native American influence, covering the period from the pre-1500s to the 1700s. Before European settlers arrived, Alabama was home to several Native American tribes, including the Creek, Cherokee, Choctaw, and Chickasaw. These tribes were part of the Mississippian culture, which developed advanced societies with permanent villages, agriculture, and trade networks. The land was rich in rivers, forests, and fertile soil, making it an ideal location for indigenous civilizations. The Native Americans lived in structured communities, practiced farming, mainly corn, beans, and squash, and had a strong spiritual connection to the land. However, the arrival of Europeans would drastically change their way of life. European exploration and colonization spanned from the 1540s to the 1800s. The first European to explore Alabama was Hernando de Soto, a Spanish conquistador in 1540. He was searching for gold and riches but instead encountered the Mabila people, a tribe allied with the Creek. A major battle ensued between de Soto's forces and the Native Americans, resulting in massive destruction. Despite de Soto's exploration, Spain never established a permanent settlement in Alabama. French and British colonization took place in the 1700s. In 1702, the French were the first Europeans to establish a colony in what is now Alabama, founding Fort Louis de la Mobile, present-day Mobile. The British took control of Alabama in 1763 after winning the French and Indian War. After the American Revolution, which lasted from 1775 to 1783, Spain briefly ruled parts of Alabama before the United States gained control. During this period, European settlers introduced new goods, weapons, and diseases, which greatly affected Native American populations. Becoming a U.S. territory and statehood in 1819. After the American Revolution, Alabama became part of the Mississippi Territory until it was separated and officially became the 22nd U.S. state on December 14, 1819. The state's economy quickly grew due to cotton farming, which became a dominant industry. However, this prosperity was built on the labor of enslaved African Americans, who were forced to work on plantations. As white settlers expanded their land holdings, Native American tribes were forcibly removed, leading to events like the Creek War from 1813 to 1814, which resulted in the defeat of the Creek Nation. The Indian Removal Act of 1830 forced thousands of Native Americans to move west on the Trail of Tears. The Civil War and Reconstruction from 1861 to 1877. Secession and the Civil War from 1861 to 1865. Alabama played a major role in the Civil War. In 1861, Alabama seceded from the Union and joined the Confederate States of America. Montgomery, Alabama became the first capital of the Confederacy before it was moved to Richmond, Virginia. Alabama provided soldiers, weapons, and supplies to the Confederate Army. However, the war devastated the state. After the Confederacy lost in 1865, Alabama faced severe economic collapse and social upheaval. After the war, Alabama was placed under military rule by the U.S. government during Reconstruction. Enslaved people were freed, but they faced violence, discrimination, and economic hardships. The Ku Klux Klan and other white supremacist groups emerged to suppress black rights. Despite new laws, segregation and racial tensions remained high in the South. Alabama became a center for the Civil Rights Movement, where African Americans fought against racial segregation and discrimination. Several major events took place in the state, sparked by Rosa Parks, who refused to give up her seat to a white passenger. The Montgomery Bus Boycott lasted over a year and ended with the desegregation of buses. The Birmingham Campaign of 1963 was a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. Protesters, including children, faced police dogs, water hoses, and, intense violence. During this time, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wrote his famous letter from Birmingham jail, passionately arguing for civil rights and justice. The Selma to Montgomery March in 1965 was a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. Protesters demanded voting rights, but were met with violent resistance from police on what became known as Bloody Sunday. This courageous movement ultimately led to the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which banned racial discrimination in voting. Moving into modern Alabama, from the 1970s to the present day, the state has grown into a diverse and evolving landscape. Major industries now include manufacturing, with a focus on cars, steel, and aerospace technology. Agriculture remains strong with cotton, peanuts, and poultry production. And let's not forget technology and space exploration, with NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville playing a significant role. When it comes to major cities in Alabama, there are a few that stand out. Birmingham, the largest city, is known for its industrial base and rich civil rights history. Montgomery, the state capital, is steeped in historical significance. Mobile is a bustling port city on the Gulf Coast. And Huntsville has become a hub for space and technology research. While Alabama still faces challenges related to economic disparity and racial tensions, it continues to grow and modernize. In conclusion, Alabama's history is a powerful story of struggle, change, and resilience. From its indigenous roots to its significant role in shaping American history, Alabama remains a crucial part of the United States' past and future. Would you like more details on a specific part of its history?